So hi everybody and welcome back to this Blender tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 25 and in this video we are talking about pipes. Blender got built-in created pipes, which means we can just use them. We don't have to model them ourselves, and that's absolute nice. And the best thing is we can use the pipes not just for many different kind of things. For example, we can create whole caves or any other stuff with pipes, and yeah, that's why they are very powerful, and we just need to modify them perhaps a little bit, and yeah, so that we can use it for our purposes. So let's get started. First of all, how and where we get these pipes, and for this reason I delayed fast all these objects here, and then I press Shift 8 here in mesh. It's the add system. Then I go down and you can see already pipe joints, and if you can't see that, perhaps then you have to activate a plugin. You have to Google it and find where the plugin for pipes is, but if you can see it, which means then it was already built in, that's perfect. So, and when I hover over this pipe joints, and you can see we have here our 5 built-in pipes, which means we don't have to model them ourselves. We can just click on them and they are available. So I align them a little bit. So first of all, I press 1 front view, and you see I want them perhaps not this way. That's why I press here rotate, R for rotate, and then I write a number. But first I say in which way I want to rotate, for example in X. Then I write here the number 90, so all time 90 degrees. Okay. Then I press again rotate, and this one is just a bug or visual bug. It is still here. And then I write again, I type again R for rotate, but this time I rotate it in the Z axis, and I write again 90 so that it's perfect aligned. And now that's okay. And again 1 for front view, 1 more alignment, and then we can go on. Then I press G for grab, set, and I align the object here on the x-axis. So, and when we watch this pipe now, we have a problem, or let's say we will have a problem. We see it not. What is the problem? The problem is this pipe here is visible from one side but not from the inside. And well, how we can see it, where it's visible or not, or better, or what I mean with that. First of all, I go to this mode here where I can show you what I mean. For example, when I watch it from this side, from outside, I see the pipe static mesh. But if I would be inside of the pipe, I would see nothing because it's not rendered. And that's a big problem, right? And we have to solve this. And how we can solve this? Very easy, actually. There are different ways, and one way is that we add just a modifier. But before we add a modifier, let me show how we can make it visible, which sides are visible and which sides are not visible, because there is a very easy trick or setting, and we are going to do this. So first of all, let's press again 1. This is my front view. Here I align it so that we can see it a little bit better. Then I press tab, we go to edit mode, and in edit mode I go now on the right corner here on this drop down, and where it says overlays, and then you click on this overlays, and then we go down where it says face orientation. Oops, sorry. And then you click on this one, and when you click on this one, we have 2 colors here. The blue color here indicates this is visible, and the red color here indicates if you are inside. For example, if you go inside here, I fly inside here, it will be not visible, which means we see here no borders later. Here I would see it, here I would not see it. So with that, that's a very good visualization, which means it's very nice. And the problem is here, or not the real problem, the point is now here that I want, what is that? No, the thing is now here, I need the inside blue as well. How I can make this? There are different ways actually, but one of the easiest way is probably to add a modifier, which we are going to do now. So here on the right side, I go to this tool symbol and I click on it. Then I add modifier, click on add modifier, and here the modifier which solve our problem is called this here, which is Solidify or something like that. And then if you click on it and you see now all is blue, which means all is visible. And this modifier is adding actually just thickness to this one. And with this thickness, it recalculates the visible or surface, and then we can see it. So of course you can change here also the thickness if you want, because perhaps you want modify this in your level. Let's do this. I set here to 0.1 for example, and you see here the thickness already, and that's nice. I keep this, and then I go back to object mode. I apply this modifier, and now this will work. That's nice. So here you can do this of course now with all the other careful. In object mode you can't see this, or you can perhaps. I made something wrong. In object mode again, go to mesh, and here what I wanted to show is of course you have to do this now with the other ones too if you want to use them, and that's very nice because they are really modular. Modular means you just import it, for example, in your game engine, in my case Unreal Engine 5. I would go and create for all the other pipes the same thing like here, would add here the modifier, would set it to 1 perhaps so that they are all the same, and then I can export them to Unreal Engine and use there and create a level. But of course you can already create here in Blender level 2 with that. What I mean with that is you can say, okay, this will be a level, for example. What I mean with a level is your character is here, will walk here. Let me go here in this mode. Here my character will walk here, and then here is a tunnel system or something like that, and you are walking here through, fighting forest monsters, or you are just trying to solve a puzzle, depends on your game. And yeah, that's very nice. And of course you can change it here with modeling techniques, but I skipped this one because I want to show you one more thing, and which is very important if you export something like that to a game engine, because this one has no collision. There is a way here to create a collision, but in Unreal Engine 5 there is also a way to create very easy for this kind of stuff a collision. I show you this also very fast, which means I just export this object here directly now. So I go here to Fbx Export. I set this up here. So here's my object selected. Okay, here I set this one again. Selected object, the mesh I want. Forward is X, up is Z, and this one applied geometry. I need smoothing on faces, and let's see, this one I need nothing, armature and baked animations also. But I see here perhaps one thing which I missed. Perhaps I should add here more subdivisions, but we can skip this. If you want more possibilities to manipulate this later in the engine, then you would add here perhaps more subdivisions, or even create a whole system here in Blender and then export it. But I want to show you something in Unreal Engine, that's why I skip all this kind of stuff. And we go here to Unreal Engine project, my test project, like all the other ones here. They are all tests. Where is this one here? This one here. Then in content, have to go to content because that's very important, and in content I have this Blender file. So here I call this pipe 1, for example. No, that was not pipe 1, this is pipe T, right? It was a pipe T. Let's call this pipe T. Pipe T is okay. I enter it, I export it. This will be exported to Unreal Engine now. Here's the pop-up, and I already set this up, so with other words, I know the setup is working for Unreal Engine. This was all time the same what I did in the last videos as well. The only thing what I have to check is perhaps material. I don't have material. Okay, perfect. Import all, and then I go here to my Blender file, and you can see it here is the pipe T which we have, and I can pose it here. And the problem here is if you make something like that, this here has no collision by the at least I have not set to collision. You can set this in Blender as well, but here is a very fast way too in Unreal Engine, which I figured out, which is very handy in my case at least. That's why I want to show you. So for example, I want to use this pipe as here. I want to show you another use case as well. For example, you have this pipe here. You say I use this pipe as a level, which means I just scale this so big that I can use it now as a level. You can see it. I can start, and now this pipe is give us surrounding for a level. Of course, I must adjust it here, make a little bit level design. But you see, the thing what I want to point out is now I have a, let's say a ceiling, a round ceiling like a cave. I'm walking through this one, and so on. The problem is I have no collision. So let's go and create a collision for our pipe. And yeah, how we do this, we go here, open this up, and here is the static mesh, the pipe. And in Unreal Engine, very simple, you can go directly here in details, write collision. So we jump to the collision section here. Normally you would go here on top and write create here collision. Don't do this. This is not working, because for example, if you make here the simple collision here, you can see it's building a collision around, or let's go for the other one, remove collision here, and say here this one here, apply. This other thing is collision inside, and you can't work through, so that one is not working. What you want to do when you import something like objects with holes, like this one here, like a pipe has many holes, and then you go here and go to collision, and then here is something like collision complexity, and then you select here use complex collision as simple. And now you see the collision, it's built around the static mesh. It's a little bit more heavier than the other ones, because compared to the other ones, this one is a little bit more taking more performance. But the good thing is it creates collision. You can now walk in it. It has perfect collision. So you can save this one, start this one, and now I have collision, and you can see I'm not anymore walking here around through this static mesh. And now you as a designer must of course design the level here a little bit better. I just throw it in for demonstration purposes. And yeah, that rocks. That really rocks. For example, what you can do is make a whole pipe system here. I make here Alt for duplicate, and you see you can create something like crazy like this here, and then a whole tunnel system. You go from this level just by using this pipe and a little bit level design around, and create here a whole tunnel system, fight system. Really nice, really fast, and very easy. So with that said, I stop this, and I hope this was useful, because, and keep in mind, you have here 5 more parts which are pre-made. You just need, yeah, just add a Solidify for it, add the thickness, change perhaps them here in your level if you like, also to create here a whole cave system or anything like that. And then yeah, it's absolute fantastic. I say it's absolute nice and powerful, easy, and a good start point, definitely. With that said, if you have any questions or any complaints like all times, or even better, if you have some tips and tricks, write them also in the comments. And see you in the next. Bye, good luck, and have fun.